we're going out scouting again today. So my friend's got a motorbike rental and I'm doing a little bit of driving around trying to figure out some tourist routes that we could do. And in the last video, we headed out to Nyamata and Tarama, came back through town and up to Nyamirambo, figuring out a memorial tour. So people who want to come to the country and sort of see more about the recent history of Rwanda. And today we're probably going to go on a slightly shorter one because I don't need to plot out the whole route today, but I need to check out a couple of roads. Because I'm trying to put together a cultural tour. So if you want to come and you just want to experience some food, go to a market, see a couple of museums, that's the tour that I'm working on today. So yeah, let's go check it out. Oh, we got a bit of a shower starting. It doesn't look like it's going to be a complete downpour, so I'm going to set out and maybe put some wet weather gear on later. Alright, so I'm starting today from Ami Body Organics, which is a really nice cosmetics place out towards Rumera. I needed to pop in and do some Christmas shopping, so it seemed like a good place to turn the camera on. I'm ducking around the back of the building by KFC and Agrotech, heading towards the Sonotubes roundabout. There's a really nice view of the city from here, looking out over Nyakabanda. This is the Sonotubes roundabout. If we were on the tour proper, we'd arrive from the left, which is the road out towards Bugesera that goes past Kigali motorbike rental. We come down the hill, then pick up this road here. It's a bit of a hectic introduction to the city. On the memorial tour, I deliberately started by driving in the opposite direction, out across the wetlands, where the roads are usually quiet and you can get used to your bike. But today we're diving in at the deep end. This is Rwandex Road, so named because there used to be a coffee company called Rwandex along here. The first ever office I worked at was also along here. It's where the National Union of the Deaf used to be. I find it hard to remember because I have so few photos from back then, but I believe it was this one on the right. We're just going to speed along here and take the turn off to Gikondo. Gikondo is a suburb of Kigali with around 20,000 people. I've lived here a couple of times in the past. It's a popular place, lots of shops and restos. This area is called Gikondo Nyeri after the bar on the right, which has been there for as long as I can remember. Nyeri is Kinyarwanda for star. There's two very well-known cobbled streets in Kigali. One is the Sundowner Road in Kimihurura, and the other is this one leading up to Rujugiro. If we were doing this tour for real, we'd take this right-hand turn here. It leads to Talking Through Art, a centre that teaches traditional handcrafts to disabled women. They also do a fabulous walking tour where you can go to a local market, a milk bar, taste street food and see the back streets of Kigali. I did a video about that if you'd like to check it out. The tour takes about an hour and a half. Then we continue up the hill towards Rwanda. My friend Dominic, who owns the motorbike rental, asked if I'd been to the Monkey Road. Apparently, there's a road up in Rwanda with loads of monkeys on it. I thought it was this one on the left, because I've seen monkeys down there before, but he said there was another road. And I accidentally came across it whilst trying to find a museum. The road he was talking about is really easy to find. You just go all the way up to the top of the hill in Rwanda, to the cinema. Then carry on straight ahead. I was heading up there to find Museum Ingabo. A while back I did a video about Kimironko Market with my friend Leandre, and he told me about this cultural museum where you can try traditional dancing and painting. He said it was worth checking out. This is where GPS says it is. But as I've said before, Rwanda really doesn't do signposts, especially when it comes to tourist attractions. So I'm not sure what to do here. GPS is telling me that the museum is down there, but there's no signs and there's an armed guard and a broken barrier. It doesn't look very inviting. I decided to carry on up the road to see if there's another gate. And that's when I saw the monkeys. These are vervet monkeys, also affectionately known as blue ball monkeys, because the males have bright turquoise balls. I realise I'm causing a hazard here, but I couldn't help myself. I had to take a picture. A moto driver had also stopped to watch them. I was just about to start driving when some more appeared. Monkeys. Eventually, I got going, and a couple of yards up the road, I found a lay-by with a beautiful view of the city. I decided to pull over and take a look. Darlings, look at you. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. I'll suck at your thumb. Hi guys, so there's the most incredible view behind me. So Dominic gave me these places to go check out, and he said, yeah, check this road out, check this road out. And he said, do you know about the Monkey Road? And I thought I knew which road he meant, but I didn't. There's a little road that I know of. It's kind of a mud road where you sometimes see the monkeys. But this is incredible. It's a paved road, and literally from beginning to end, there are monkeys everywhere. It's wow. It's brought a big smile to my face. I really didn't know about this. So yeah, I mean, this is a brilliant place to bring people. I mean, fantastic. Like, they're everywhere. It's really, really cute.
It was an absolute delight to watch them. I don't understand why there aren't any signposts warning motorists to slow down or directing people to the viewing point. They really should put down some speed bumps, or better yet, install poles and ropes so that the monkeys can cross overhead without having to risk the traffic. It's dangerous enough for people to cross the road, yet alone little vervets with their babies. It was genuinely hard to tear myself away from the monkeys, but I still needed to find the museum, so I decided to carry on along the road. It's actually weird for me to say that I enjoyed the monkeys, because they used to make me very nervous. I was viciously attacked by one on Nyeri Island many years ago. There was a lot of blood, and I had to call in a rabies booster. Ever since then, I've been extremely wary about them. I'll tell you the full story in my Rwanda Now and Then series, where I go back through my old diaries from 20 years ago. But it was a different type of monkey, and the poor thing had been really badly mistreated. I never feel that vervet monkeys are very threatening. Apparently you can give them fruit, but they don't seem to demand it, and they didn't try to climb on my bike. They seem pretty chill, and it was a really nice experience to just stand and watch them. So carrying on here, there's a school, which is another good reason to have signs, speed bumps and a crossing point. But then the tarmac stops and it's a Muram road. So I'm turning around. GPS is still telling me it's down here. I don't want to leave without knowing, but I do wonder sometimes. We have an entire institute of tourism here, and a development board with a department devoted to tourism, but we're missing some of the basics. Like Tourism 101, tell tourists where the attractions are. In some respects, Rwanda is so safe and easy to get around. But in other respects, it's not easy at all. I had a friend who wanted to go and see a place in town, but she ended up not going in because she saw all of the security guards and assumed it wasn't open to the public. It was open to the public, but like most places, it just wasn't very tourist friendly. I've lived here for years, and even I'm having doubts about this one. So it turns out the Cultural Museum is down here. Again, because there aren't any signposts, I'm relying on directions from the security guard. I have to say, he's really friendly and helpful, but it would be so much easier if there was just a sign to follow. Even just the name of the place and an arrow would do. So, somewhere down here, there's supposed to be a gate on the right. Okay, I have no idea which way I'm going, but I think the guy said to keep right. So I guess we go down here. Wow, now that is a view.
So I found a museum. Ah, that's it. I can see the sign down there. Museum Ingabo, because it says Kigali Cultural Village on the outside of it. But I'm just a little bit concerned because it's a very, very narrow path. I don't know how to turn around.
Thankfully, the really lovely security guy followed me down. He must have very rightly assumed that the Mzungu would get lost. I will forever be grateful that he managed not to laugh.
Just doing a 50-point turn on the bike. This is really, really difficult. Oh, there's a monkey. Hey. Oh my goodness me. A 50-point bike turn. I think. There we go. Freedom. Hey. Right. So the security guard reckons I can go up to the top. See if we can follow him.
Oh Rwanda, get yourself some signposts. Get yourself some signposts so the tourists don't get lost. I feel like I'm doing my Mod 1 again. How'd you like them U-turns, eh? Seriously, the camera does not do this justice. The view here is absolutely breathtaking.
Do I park here or? Oh, down there.
I've seen some nice views in my time, but this is just unbelievable.
Can't help it, it's so beautiful. I have to take one more picture of this. So yeah, that patch of land straight ahead of us, that is the new Bugesera airport being built. And so over there is Bugesera wetlands. So when we went out to Nyamata and Ntarama, we went that way. And this hill in front of us is Nyanza in Kigali. So there's a Nyanza in southern Rwanda where the Mwami Palace is, but this is Nyanza Hill in Kigali. There's a memorial over there. So yeah, we're looking between Nyanza and Bugesera. It's really incredible.
So downstairs there's a women's craft cooperative and a gift shop. Then you go round the corner to some very unusual steps.
Okay, this is the way to the museum. My goodness. I don't know how this works. How heavy are these? Are they heavy? No, they're very, very light. Oh, oh my goodness. What is going on? This is crazy. Close your eyes and try to walk up those 30 stairs from first to last. Do not try to cheat. Can you try? If you can't, open your eyes. Mission impossible. This sounds like a health and safety disaster waiting to happen. This is absolutely crazy. I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment. Oh, look at the view. What is going on? This is really crazy. My goodness. Oh, look, and the monkeys are at the top. Hello, monkeys. Oh, hello. Hello. I've got a kitten at home that's about about your size. So the lady at reception, Rachel, she said that the monkeys don't always come, that they're only here sometimes. So I'm feeling very lucky today. Whoa, impressive, very impressive. Oh. Whoops. What is going on? This is amazing. They sound like they're really heavy, but they're not. They're very, very light. Okay. We're turning right. And this is a museum. It looks closed. Is it open?
After I went inside and talked to the lady about pricing and how long the tour takes, I wandered back outside to watch the Intori rehearsal. They gave permission to film. These guys are so cool. It makes me want to be a warrior. I want to dance with the headdress. Then it was time to head back to my moto with more monkeys. It's times like this I really love the freedom a bike gives you. If you want to follow my route today, I'll leave the map below, along with the discount code for Kigali motorbike rental. It's not sponsored and I don't get a kickback, but it's a fun way to see Kigali. So I'm glad I found the place. When I got upstairs, the inside of the museum looked like an art gallery. It's really cool and I'd like to go back and look around sometime. Apparently, the Women's Cooperative was given the building in 2007 by the Imbuto Foundation, which is the foundation of the First Lady of Rwanda, Jeanette Kagame. Museum Ingabo opened in 2022, but I've never seen a single advert for them. When I asked the lady at the museum where they advertise, she told me they have an Instagram account. But if you didn't already know what Museum Ingabo was, how would you ever know to look for it? You find this a lot with tourist sites in Rwanda. They all have their own social media accounts, but very few of them advertise outside of that. There's also no tourist information shop in Kigali. RDB has a tourism office, but that's really not the same thing. I've had conversations with them before where they wouldn't tell me about accommodation options or pricing in Nyungwe Forest because they didn't manage it. My brain kind of melted at that point. That would be like going into a tourist office in London and expecting them to own everything in the brochures. Again, Tourism 101. Tell people where the attractions are. Even the Visit Rwanda website is difficult to navigate, and it's missing so many interesting attractions. Anyway, I'm done offloading. Believe me though, it comes from a place of love. I want more people to come here and to have a good time. It's a fantastic country, so I just get frustrated when I see stuff like that. Honestly though, I'm still smiling about the monkeys. I need to apologise to Dominic. I didn't believe him when he told me. And that view was just the icing on the cake. It's truly beautiful up there. Museum Ingabo also run a painting experience where you can sit and paint whilst you look at the view. And they have traditional dance and imigongo workshops. You need to book in advance, so I'll leave the info below. Anyway, I'm heading home via Kigali Heights because I need coffee and ice cream. Then I have one final mission to complete.
Hell yes, coffee o'clock. Just popped into Delicia for a panini, but it's tiny. It's about the length of my thumb. This has shrunk by about 3 times since last time I was here. Very small. Oh, more of a snack. But it's the ice cream that everybody comes here for. So I've got tiramisu and stracciatella, which I cannot pronounce to save my life. But yeah, it's really, really good ice cream here. Okay, so I've just popped into Simba because I've done something terrible and I have to make amends. The kids next door to me, often they throw the ball over into my garden and I throw it back again. And usually I open the gate and I give it back to them. But the other day I heard it come over and I just threw it back over and apparently they'd gone. So they came back last night asking for the ball and we couldn't find it. So I'm going to get them another one. So I'm just checking they've got some air in them. Yeah, I like that one. It's a cool colour. What? They've got to be kidding. They're kidding me. 78,000 for a football. They're kidding me. They're like 10,000 down my local shop. That can't be right. Apparently that was 75,000 francs. I'm like, so I'm going to go back by my local shop and pick up a sensibly priced inflated football. But just whilst I'm here, I need to pick up something for my friend's birthday. So they've got a great booze aisle. Every year it's a competition to find the most obscure type of alcohol. Or at least the one that looks the prettiest. Found this awesome ball. It's about 5,000. It's definitely got some bounce in it.